Okay, hello Film Fanatic 57. I'm doing a video response to your 82 Annual Academy Awards nominations. Just came out today, February 2nd. Kind of looking forward to this day ever since the Golden Globes, since, I don't know, they kind of have mixed results. Even though I didn't get to actually watch the Golden Globes, I think it worked. But I definitely looked it up after I got home, and I don't know. I'd like to think that not just me, but a lot of other people out there might have had a sigh of agony when they found out that Avatar won Best Picture. Actually, I saw your review of that. You kind of liked that movie, and so did I, but, you know, not in a Best Picture of the Year sort of way. So, I was going to watch your video all the way through and then reply on it, but I decided not to do that for two reasons. One being, my computer is really slow, and for some reason your videos especially take forever to load. So I'm going to let that load while I'm making this video. And two, I started watching the first, 50 seconds of it or so, and I don't want your opinion of movies or your opinion of things to influence me. So, and I don't just want to repeat the same thing you say in case anyone actually watches my video. They'd just be incredibly bored. So I'm just going to go through. You started with Best Animated Film. I guess that's as good as any. And I'll talk about how I feel about things. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's start with Best Visual Effects, since everyone kind of considers the Tech Awards to be sort of, I don't know, less of a big deal for whatever reason. Which really isn't fair, because a lot of, you know, those guys probably work harder than your directors who are just sitting in chairs and pointing at cameras and telling them where to go. So yeah, Best Visual Effects, only 3 nominations. I don't know, is that normal? I remember there being more usually, but Avatar, James Cameron, District 9, which is, I don't know, kind of the sleeper of the year, and I'm kind of rooting for that one here and there. And Star Trek, J.J. Abrams. You can watch my review of that, see how I felt about that. And District 9 for that matter. Okay, so what would I have? Avatar's gonna get it, that's sort of obvious, because the unanimous feeling about Avatar is that it has amazing special effects. Even though I think the art direction, the effects themselves are very nice, but the art direction is not as imaginative as some people like to think it is. It's more or less just, you know, a really pretty rainforest. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It doesn't mirror something that's on Earth. I would give it to District 9, because it's one of my favorite movies of the year, and definitely some stuff we haven't seen before, some of the guns, some of the effects from that, and the point of District 9 was to make all of the effects look as real as possible, and have kind of a documentary sort of feel. So I think in a way that's a little bit more ambitious than Avatar, which is just to have everything look as pristine as possible. Sound editing, okay, cinematography. Know that you want to be a cinematographer when you grow up, or that's one of the few things that you want to do. So this is probably a big award for you. And we have Avatar, of course. Oh, I'm gonna destroy this title. It's a very foreign movie I've never even heard of. Das Weißband ein durch Kinders Cheat? I don't know. I so don't know. I'm very sorry, Christian Berger, for destroying that. I'm sure it's a wonderful film. I just haven't seen it yet because I live in Idaho and we don't get foreign film until far after it's out video. Harry Potter, number 6, Half-Blood Prince, Hurt Locker, and Inglourious Bastards. Avatar's probably going to get it because, again, it's a tech award and everyone talks about how amazing the movie looks. I would give it to Hurt Locker. I think that movie was shot beautifully. Everything was, again, watch my review. You can hear me talk about how I love Hurt Locker so much. But yeah, I think that's what that one deserves. Screenplay, based on material previously produced or published. Adapted screenplay as we know it. District 9, An Education, which seems to be this movie that come up very much for the Golden Globes, but everyone's talking about now. And I didn't even know what this movie was until I just looked at these today. So, Nick Hornby, that name's familiar because he wrote the book for High Fidelity, which is one of my favorite movies. In the Loop, Precious, based on a novel Pushed by Sapphire, and Up in the Air. This is actually one of those awards I don't want District 9 to get. As much as I love that movie, I just recently saw Up in the Air. Did a little trip to a nearby town to watch it, and I would give it to Up in the Air. I think that was an amazing screenplay, and yeah, that's probably what's going to win too, because Avatar is in that one, so it'll win. Okay, best writing screenplay directly for the screen, so best original screenplay. Hurt Locker, Inglourious Bastards, The Messenger, A Serious Man, and Up. Serious Man being Coen Brothers' new movie. Haven't seen it yet. Gonna see it next week as soon as it comes out on video. Pretty pumped for that. Always into what the Coen Brothers have to do. So, Up was good. The cartoon, you know, Pixar. Made me want to cry. So, I mean, it's at least that good. Hurt Locker, obviously, was really good. But, thinking about it, Hurt Locker was one of those movies that was more than the sum of its parts, and I think just on paper, Hurt Locker might have not sounded as good as it eventually ended up being because of Catherine Bigelow and the cinematography and the acting and so on and so forth. So, I'm going to give this one to Quentin Tarantino. I think he deserves it. It's his best script since Pulp Fiction, and although I do like Pulp Fiction a little bit more. Actually, there's some of his movies I like a bit more. But just writing, I think Inglourious Bastards deserves to get it. And Quentin Tarantino has been a hard worker for the last 10 years since he's come back from his little stint after Jackie Brown. And I think, you know, he worked hard on this movie and he deserves to get something. And if he's going to get anything, it's probably going to be this one. I think we'll probably see it go to Hurt Locker, though. That's good. That's my prediction, is that Hurt Locker will get it. Inglourious Bastards deserves it. Achievement in directing. Ooh, this is a big one. If you're watching the Oscars, this is one of the ones you wait for. I think it's the second to last award they give out. Catherine Bigelow for the Hurt Locker. James Cameron for the Avatar. Lee Daniels for Precious, based on a novel Pushed by Sapphire. Which me and my friend were talking about. That's a really ridiculously long title. Jason Reitman for Up in the Air, and Quentin Tarantino for Inglourious Bastards. Okay. This one, again, is kind of hard. Because I really like Inglourious Bastards, I really liked Up in the Air, and I really liked Hurt Locker. But we're talking about direction only. So, not the movie as a whole, but just how is it directed. Of course, Quentin Tarantino, he's a very talented guy, and I usually like everything he does. And he has a certain level of expectation for all of his movies. Jason Reitman for Up in the Air, probably my favorite movie he's done, which is saying a lot because I really liked Thank You for Smoking and Juno, of course. Catherine Bigelow for Hurt Locker. I would give this award to... it's a toss-up for me between Bigelow and Reitman for Up in the Air, and Bigelow for Hurt Locker. I think Hurt Locker's probably going to get it. No, never mind. How did I miss that? James Cameron's going to get it for Avatar. I just have this really stinging suspicion that they're going to sweep the Oscars, which is sad, and makes me almost not want to watch it, but I have to. The Oscars is my Super Bowl. Since I'm not a sports person. So yeah. Ooh, but Quentin Tarantino too. Hurt Locker. I give it to Hurt Locker. Okay, Best Actress. Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role. So supporting actress Penelope Cruz for 9. Didn't see it. I heard it wasn't awesome, but I don't even think it came around here anyway, so I'll probably eventually see it. Vera Farmiga for Up in the Air. I really liked her performance. She was very good in it. Maggie Gyllenhaal for Crazy Heart, which is another movie that a lot of people have been talking about, but I haven't seen because I live in Idaho. Anna Kendrick for Up in the Air, which that's always interesting when you have two people for the same award for the same movie. They're kind of up against each other. So either way, the movie wins if either of them do. So their odds are up for Up in the Air. And Monique for Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire. I would give it to Anna Kendrick because she's a newbie, she's a newcomer. I really liked her in Rocket Science. I almost said Bottle Rocket. Rocket Science, which is a great movie, and I really liked her in that movie. And since she's new and no one's really heard of her, I hope she really gets it for Up in the Air. As much as fair for me, I liked her too.